Hey, it's Jeannie Blaha with Take a Walk with Your Angels and joyflames.com. Welcome. I wanted to cover a great question that comes in regarding what kinds of things do you hear from those in spirit? And what kinds of things don't you hear from those in spirit? Great question. So, as most of you know, probably I am an intuitive and a medium, and people come to me very often, every day, that who have passed, and as of date, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'll just say it's been a few years. To date, I have never had anyone in spirit say, man, I wish I would have worked harder. I wish I would have worked longer. I wish I would have stayed at that job for an extra 2 hours every day. They have never said that. They actually say the opposite of that, and that is they would have cast out worry. They would have chosen to play more. They would have loved to have known how to be more present unto their lives and to their loved ones, and to have let go of a lot of distracting things that they would have thought it would have been really fun, because once you're without form, you suddenly are realizing a lot of the sentient experiences that you can have on the earth plane that you can't without this form. So, and that can be simply things like moving the body, like getting on a bicycle, or hiking a mountain, or just getting physical in many different ways. Oh, it would have been really fun to learn how to ride, to be on skates in my lifetime. And they just say these little things like this. So the bottom line to me that I hear, that rippling through all the time, is enjoy the experience. Enjoy your life. If it doesn't feel fun, they say get rid of it as fast as you can, because this time goes like this here. And they always say, no matter how old when they pass, they could have been 85, they could have been 20. They all say that it goes so fast, and so why spend even a day in misery where you can make a different choice? So they're really into the quantum leaping stuff, because they say that it's way easier than we know to be jumping around from your current reality into your desired reality. And that they say basically what happens to most people is, because of all the messages and the belief systems and the indoctrination of a lot of really slow vibrating fields of energy, based on control and manipulation, and having things have to be very black and white, people gave up their knowing of how to do the quantum leaping, because people do it innately, but you get talked out of it. You get trained out of it. You get told that it's insane, or that it's crazy, or that that's ridiculous, it's all fantasy, that you're making it up. And think about this though. So those in spirit often speak to the imagination, right? And they are regularly do tons of energy towards connecting with their loved ones still here in one form or another, whether they can do it in their dream state, whether they can meet with them and sit in their car, where you feel like somebody's in your car and you're going, who is that? Or they visit you, especially at night. People ask, why do they love the night so much? Because humans tend to let down their layers of suspicion and guard and blocking out the world at night. So it's much easier for them to connect with us at that point. So if you're getting visited, you can always ask, who are you? Like, who is this? And just recently I had a really great question about that, of somebody had a feeling about who was visiting, but then they shut down, and they could feel themselves shutting down out of fear. So fear does, as it's very slow, very slow, very slow vibration, and it does tend to cut you off from your avid intuition, your connection to your spirit guides, your angels, and because it's telling you, it blocks, it starts to block things up, right? Fear's illusion, basically. So think about illusion. I'm trying to get through the smog to see things. So if you want to get connected to your loved ones with their messages and what they want to tell you, boy, it would have been fun if I had known this when I was still in form. The best thing you can do, the most efficient way to connect with them, is to get really still and present. And that can be, you don't have to be meditating, you don't have to be in a darkened room or anything like that. You can be just getting very present, and then you'll start to hear things. And I think I've addressed this before, that your spirit guides and angels and your loved ones are not going to stick stuff in your ear that it's condemning or denigrating or accusing you of things. That's not that's not those types of energies. So if you're hearing that, that's 99% of the time it's self-talk, and the ego can try to get in there and make things really small for you. So the ego doesn't just try to make things big; it can tear you down too. So, so getting present, doing things where you can feel very connected to things, and you do simple things like wash the dishes, or vacuum, or something where you're dropping into that present moment. Plant some flowers. I mean, that's a really good, getting your hands into the dirt, because you're thinking about what that plant is going to do, where and how it's going to be joined up with the next plant. All of that, anything that brings you into that present state. For some people, it's riding motorcycles. They get really present because you have to be in order to take care of your life. Being on a horse, riding a horse, going out for the dogs, get really present. Listen. It's paying attention because boy, are they talking. They're always talking. If it kind of freaks you out, then just ask for those that have passed, who you always trusted and you felt really comfortable and comforted by them and with them, where it was a very easy connection. You don't have to go and say your first shot out of the gate is to connect with a loved one who you had trouble with, or there were a lot of challenges in your dialogues or in your communications. You don't have to start there. You can start with somebody who's very easy, that you are thinking about and you just think of them as love and peace, and see what comes into your ears from that. All right, because they'll always respond. They're always eager. They can be in paradigm realities and multidimensional spaces and still be responding here with you, even if they're 3,000 miles away attending to somebody else at the same time. So keep asking. And soon enough, you'll keep hearing more and more. All right, this is Jeannie Blaha with Take a Walk with Your Angels and JoyFlames.com. I am here in Colorado for your Quantum Leaping Angel Walk services, and otherwise on the phone. All right, take care. Love you lots, and be peace for each other.